Hello everyone around the world. My name is Rainer and this is Rainier Books and I'm filming this video in my home in Farsta, south of Stockholm here in Sweden. February is Black History Month in the United States and I'm going to present you a list of 11 books by black authors that I have on my shelves. 11 books that I have not read yet, but since one of my main goals this year is to read from the shelves, I will pick up one or two or three of these and start reading them. If you have read any of these books, tell me all about it in the comments down below. Number one on the list is Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie from Nigeria, published by Harper Perennial in 2007. This book, by the famous Nigerian writer, weaves together the lives of three characters swept up in the turbulence of a decade. As Nigerian troops advance in the civil war and the three must run for their lives, their ideals are severely tested, as are their loyalties to one another. It is said to be a remarkable novel about moral responsibility, about the end of colonialism, about ethnic allegiances, about class and race, and the ways in which love can complicate them all. Adichie is bringing us one of the most powerful, dramatic, and intensely emotional pictures of modern Africa that we have ever had. Number two on the list is The Book of Echoes by Rosanna Amarca, published by Doubleday in 2020. From 1803 until our century, this debut novel spans over 200 years, playing in Africa, where a woman tosses her young son to safety as she is hauled away by slavers. After a brutal sea passage, her second child, a baby girl, is snatched away. Although the woman doesn't know it yet, her spirit is destined to roam the earth in search of her lost children. Her spirit will make its way to modern-day England, where she watches teenage Michael trying to stay out of trouble as riots spit and boil on the streets of Brixton in the city of London, and to a sun-baked village in Nigeria where Ngozi struggles to escape her low-caste status. The traumas of the past are woven inextricably together with the present, and this makes that novel a perfect choice, I think, for Black History Month. The third book on the list from my shelves is, in alphabetical order by the names of the authors, is Patsy by Nicole Dennis Benn, published by One World in 2019. A story of migration from Jamaica to the United States. Patsy wishes to be reunited with her oldest friend, Cicely, whose letters arrive from New York, steeped in the promise of a happier life and the possible rekindling of their young love. But Patsy also has a 5-year-old daughter back behind her in Jamaica. But as so often told in letters or phone calls home, America is not as Cicely's treasured letters have described it. To survive as an undocumented immigrant, she's forced to work as a bathroom attendant and a nanny. But meanwhile, True builds a faltering relationship with her father. True is the daughter, with her father back in Jamaica, grappling with her own questions of identity and sexuality. Expertly evoking the jittery streets of New York and the languid rhythms of Jamaica, Patsy weaves between the lives of Patsy and True in vignettes that are spanning more than a decade as mother and daughter ultimately find a way back to one another. The fourth book on my list is The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abi Dare, published by Scepter in 2020. This book is supposed to be an inspiring story of a teenage girl growing up in a rural Nigerian village who longs to get an education so that she can find her louding voice and speak up for herself. The Girl with a Louding Voice by Abi Dare is a simultaneously heartbreaking and triumphant tale about the power of fighting for your dreams. Sounds great. They sound all great. Well, number 5 is a finalist of the National Book Award. This is The Turner House by Angela Fournoy, published by Mariner Books in 2016. The publisher wrote about this novel, quote unquote, "For over 50 years, the Turners have lived on Yarrow Street. Their house has seen 13 children get grown and gone, and some return. It has seen also the arrival of grandchildren, the fall of Detroit's East Side, and the loss of a father. But when their powerful mother falls ill, the Turners are called home to decide their house's fate and to reckon with how their past haunts and shapes their future." The Turner House is a striking examination of the price we pay for our dreams and the ways in which our families bring us home. Well, we continue with the only translated book on this list, Transparent City by Onjaki, translated from the Portuguese by Stephen Hannigan, published by Europa Editions, as you might prefer to say, in 2021. In a crumbling apartment block in the Angolan city of Luanda, families work, laugh, scheme, and get by. In the middle of it all is the melancholic Odonato, nostalgic for the country of his youth and searching for his lost son. As his hope drains away, and as the city outside his doors changes beyond all recognition, Odonato's flesh becomes transparent and his body increasingly weightless. A captivating blend of magical realism, of scathing political satire, tender comedy, and literary experimentation, Transparent City offers a gripping and joyful portrait of urban Africa, quite unlike any other before yet published in English, and places Onjaki, the author, indisputably among the continent's most accomplished writers. What a promise. Number 7, with an original signature by the author, I own it. An Olive Grows in Ends by Moses Mackenzie, published by Wildfire in 2022. I bought this in London, England. Sion Hughes, a young black man from Bristol, dreams of a world far removed from the one in which he was raised. Far removed from the torn slips outside the bookies, the burnt spoons, and the crooked solutions his community embraces. Most of all, removed from the Christianity of his uncaring parents and the prejudice of the lawmakers. Well, a novel about the struggle for a better life in today's United Kingdom of a young black man from Bristol. The next book, the number 8 on the list, is from Uganda. This is The First Woman by Jennifer Nansubuga Makumbi, published by One World in 2020. As Kirabo enters her teens, questions begin to gnaw at her. Questions which the adults in her life will do anything to ignore. Where is the mother she has never known? And why would she choose to leave her daughter behind? Inquisitive is this book. It's headstrong and unwilling to take no for an answer. The girl, Kirabo, sets out to find the truth for herself, the truth about her mother. Her search will take her away from the safety of her prosperous Ugandan family, plunging her into a very different world of magic, tradition, and the haunting legend of the first woman. The next book on the list, number 9, is Nudie Branch, Stories by Irinosen Okoji, published by Dialogue Books in 2019. This collection of short stories focuses on offbeat characters caught up in extraordinary situations. A mysterious woman of the sea in search of love arrives on an island, inhabited by eunuchs. Dimensional hopping, monks navigating a season of silence face a bloody reckoning in the ruins of an abbey. An aspiring journalist returning from a failed excursion in Sydney, Australia, becomes what she eats, and a darker Orwellian future is imagined where oddly detached children arrive in cycles and prove to be dangerous in unfamiliar surroundings. That sounds so weird and so interesting, doesn't it? We are in London again with this book, a classic probably, a young classic. This is NW, which stands for Northwest, by Zadie Smith, published by Hamish Hamilton in 2013. Set in northwest London in England, Zadie Smith's brilliant tragicomic novel follows four locals, Leah, Natalie, Felix, and Nathan, as they try to make adult lives outside of Caldwell, the council estate of their childhood. In private houses and public parks, at work and at play, these Londoners inhabit a complicated place, as beautiful as it is brutal, where the thoroughfares hide the back alleys, and taking the high road can sometimes lead you to a dead end. Depicting the modern urban zone, familiar to city dwellers everywhere, N.W. is a quietly devastating novel of encounters, mercurial and vital like the city itself. Well, and finally, Let Us Descend by Jasmine Ward, published by Bloomsbury Publishing in 2023, this edition at least, published in the UK. Let Us Descend is a reimagining of American slavery, as beautifully rendered as it is heart-wrenching. The novel is a journey from the rice fields of the Carolinas to the slave markets of New Orleans and into the fearsome heart of a Louisiana sugar plantation. Annis, sold south by the white enslaver who fathered her, is the reader's guide through this hellscape. As she struggles through the miles-long march, Annis turns inward, seeking comfort from memories of her mother and stories of her African warrior grandmother. Throughout, she opens herself to a world beyond this world, one teeming with spirits of earth and water, of myth and history, spirits who nurture and give, and those who manipulate and take. While Jasmine Ward leads readers through the descent, this, her fourth novel, is ultimately a story of rebirth and reclamation. That is the 11th book on the list. These were 11 books from my shelves that you could read over Black History Month. If you like the video and are not among my highly valued, beautiful, amazing subscribers yet, please subscribe to the channel or slap a like to the video. I will see you soon on this channel, and I wish you all happy reading and a beautiful Sunday. Bye-bye.